Doesn't matter. Whatever. This type of food poisoning made me shit for 3 days.
Your whole hockey team watched the OC.
Yeah. Just boys being boys, baby.
Good morning, Kuwait.
No. It's nothing bad. We have a Kuwaiti fan. Oh, this is how we're gonna start. I didn't want to start this way.
Take out your backgammon and your mint tea and get ready for Friendship Hour.
Bow, bow.
Yeah, that's great. It's a great song. I never give credit because she doesn't want it for the person who wrote it, but it's an original song written just for us. You know that?
Yeah, I do know.
Fuck yeah.
It's beautiful.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. How you
Remember
doing?
then there's that open micer who's just like taking.
Oh,
he
yeah.
just wanted to become
The fuck yeah guy?
Yeah, the fuck yeah guy. The t-shirt is fuck yeah.
This guy thought he could copyright the words fuck yeah. And he made it his punchline, his setup, and his tags to every joke. He would go, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. And he made t-shirts that he thought would sell. And I think he somehow misspelled yeah. And
he was supposed to be the next big thing in comedy, I remember. Like he's gonna buy a club. You have no idea.
He told me he was gonna book Bert Kreischer, Bert the Machine Kreischer, and I would be either opening or hosting for the show at a theater.
Oh my god!
This is 2 years ago now.
Yeah, well, you never know. I'm really proud of you. That's amazing.
Hey, one day, man. Maybe I'll have my own machine story.
This is the best podcast in the world, and I am Oren Spiro. I am the host.
What am I? I'm the guest every week, but somehow we find out more about you than we do about me. This is the worst format in the world.
And with me, as always, is
Jason Chili.
Say your name.
Jason Sellin.
Yeah.
Jason Eric Sellin. What's your middle name? Zion, right?
Yeah, and this, believe it or not, is episode 14.
Yes.
And I'd say the title of it, but we don't know yet.
We don't know yet. We have to riff it out.
Yeah, because we figure that out as we go. Because we're cool like that.
Hell yeah.
Well, at least I am. And another week has gone by. How are you?
I'm good, man. How was your weekend?
Pretty tame. I did one show.
Yeah?
Yeah, I went bullet. I'm so happy about that. I love.
You love going first for a cold crowd who's probably going out for the first time in the pandemic, and also the numbers are rising. The number of pandemic, and it's all tied to being in a restaurant. The show's at a restaurant.
Yeah, and for some reason, at the show at the restaurant, I can't do my material about restaurants.
You've been told, or
no? But it just doesn't work. You know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like there's one group of shows in Montreal that I can do all my dirty stuff. Well, I have to do all my dirty stuff because nothing else works with them. And there's another group of shows where I don't do almost any of my dirty stuff because it's too dirty for their shows.
Right.
But the thing was, when you go bullet, even on a dirty show, being like for saying like things
to be
right
like
away.
I eat pussy like soup or whatever. You know your jokes, right?
My jokes off by heart, Jason.
You know, eating pussy's a lot like eating grilled cheese and a tomato soup because it fills you up, and that's how you write a joke, everybody.
Also, Jason, even if it's a sex joke, can't avoid food being an element, a big element of the
You're
joke.
right. I know. Co-creator of the food show.
Always rounds back to the food. So being dirty, off the top, it wasn't the worst set, but it was one of those sets where all I could focus on was the people who didn't like me. You know,
right? Of course,
there were a lot of people who liked me a lot, but I didn't even see them. I just saw the people who were like, "Who are you and why?"
Yeah. That's the best when they're like after the show when they like look at it like the four comics who were on the show.
Yeah.
And you're clearly the one that they're like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't even. You are a fraud.
At the end of the show, I was hanging out in the green room, and I use quotation marks when I say that. But still,
because it's just the other half of the restaurant that's not being used for the show.
And then this civilian comes in at the end of the show.
Okay, yeah, I hate that. I hate the word civilian for people who don't do comedy.
And then so they're there to say like, oh my god, great work to the person who went last.
Right.
But they see me also, so I just get one of those. Oh yeah, good job.
Yeah, just like a little full on like you know when you walk by someone at the office and you go like. Yeah, just like it's just a toothless, lipless grin.
A little nod, like as if someone's letting you cross the sidewalk.
Like
cross the street. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that was. But I had a good time hanging a little bit. I had a little bit to drink. It was kind of nice. So that wasn't bad.
That's cool.
Yeah.
My last two shows. The last one I did was fun because it was two people. In the audience, just two. it was like a mic, I guess.
Just a couple.
Just a couple.
Did they know each other?
Yeah, they were friends, but they weren't an actual couple.
Okay.
From Peru.
I love it. The show must go on.
And it was great. They like English was not their first language, but they understood it like I think at like 75%, which is impressive because you're Peruvian. You come here, you have to learn French because it's Quebec, and then they speak that perfectly, and then you have to learn English as well just to be, get all of pop culture in you,
Yeah.
And they were great because I went first. I went bullet, and I did my
for
dog
two
nipple
people.
material. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And they loved it.
They like that.
And then obviously when you have two people in an audience, I'm using my quotation marks here.
Yeah.
The whole show becomes like a conversation, right? Like
Yeah.
there's no way it's going to be a real show. So every time they interacted with every other comics, they're like, yeah, but what about the dog nipples? It was really good.
Oh, so you became like the callback.
Central, yeah, it was nice.
Oh, that's
It
good.
was nice to see other people who obviously are not talking about dog nipples have to somehow maneuver it into their jokes.
Was this an outdoor show?
No, it was inside.
Okay.
The outdoor show I did was last week.
Okay.
Before the last podcast.
More
Before
than-
episode 13, Cursed Candle.
Two people. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
It's not a show. It's just going back to the days of like where you're doing doing open mics and that's the last show you do on a Sunday night at McLean's.
I guess I could use an open mic. I need to work on some new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course
fair
you
enough.
can. Of course you could. You can work on stuff that's not dirty or about being in a restaurant. And then you have your material for the shows.
I see what you did there. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Personal note taken.
And the other show I did this week was the return of the variety show with burlesque and music. So I went first of all, so it's a variety show. You have to compete for the money, right? So you're a little jester, you're a little puppet,
Yeah.
and usually what does well this show is obviously music and titties, right? The burlesque aspect.
Yeah.
So I went second after the first musical act, who was great and a great person and everything, but her songs were about just the Black Lives Matter movement.
Deep. Okay.
It was deep. It was very powerful. Her
They were
songs
funny.
Were very, their songs were
They
very
sound hilarious.
Yeah. It was not. It was very deep and powerful.
Okay.
But then after her songs were over and they were all sad and everything, like the whole audience was sad, the host of the show
Yeah.
asks the singer to come back on stage and tell the harrowing tale that inspired the song for the whole audience to get even sadder.
Oh my God.
It's like, come and tell me that time that the police harassed you and followed you home and told you that they knew your address and where you worked because you're a person of color and you went to the wrong part of the town.
Wow.
Come and tell that story. And now Jason's selling, telling jokes.
And now the goofy, silly goose comedy.
Yeah, it's not like I'm a fucking goofy comic, you know? Like, it's not like I can, like, switch the tone by being like, hello!
Yeah. Did you say something?
Yeah, the first thing I said was, like, give it up for the beautiful songs and powerful message of blah, blah, blah.
You did?
Yeah, and then I was like, yeah, it's hard to do that and then be like, and how weird are dicks, you know? What else am I going to do? I can't, like, it's not like I can start with my own, like, airplanes are scary.
You decided to, like, to prolong their thought process of this person by starting your set by like
Yeah, I know, but even the host was like, it didn't bring the it didn't change the mood. I shouldn't say that either. If he listens. I love the show. I love doing the show. It's a great show.
I see. You're saying that a little bit in the response, a little bit you want the host to
change the mood from
change the
somber
mood. Yeah.
to, if it's a variety show, it's like, I don't know.
You didn't want to start the whole thing with like, well, I've had a similar experience.
As the whitest man in this room, I've had a similar experience. Actually, no. Burlesque audiences are usually pretty white.
Yeah.
Burlesque, in general, is a pretty.
It's a white. White.
From what I've seen here, you know.
Well,
But also, I hate that I have to compete at the show with burlesque.
yeah.
Because, like, 13-year-old me would like punch me in the dick and balls for complaining about getting to see tits on a Wednesday night.
I mean, 13-year-old. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But here's the thing about burlesque. Is that it's the same thing every time. The punchline to every burlesque act is, here's my titties. Oh, wait, they have tassels on them.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
What if my titties were a lamp? Yeah. No.
So it's like if every one of my punchlines was, that's what she said. And that's like the whole art of burlesque, is that's what she said as a punchline.
Yeah, I guess. But it is it is a different art form, you know? It's like... it's like saying every song, the point of every song is to get to the chorus. It's like, we get it.
Sure.
It's the chorus again.
Fuck. All right.
When are they gonna be
What?
done
And
with
then
this
he makes
stupid
us laugh at
chorus?
the end of every single one of his jokes.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
a fucking
It is this
okay,
repetitive bullshit. But it is a tough. It is a tough one. But you don't win every time. It's a good audience. You
Yeah,
have
I've
a
never
good
won
set.
once.
And sometimes, if you're a champion, if you're
Right.
just beyond the general, talent level, if you can shine,
Right.
like
What are you trying to say?
well, I won like 10
6,
in a row.
7. Yes. Don't say 10, you fucking bitch.
I like to push it up. It was
Yeah.
definitely like
I think it was 6. You made like a good. Actually, no. You know what the funniest part of that is?
Yeah.
It's like you. For this competition, if you win or place second, you keep coming back. And Oren was there 6, 7 weeks in a row, but you kept placing second.
I kept on winning.
You won,
I
yeah,
kept
yeah,
on
but you placed second over
winning.
and over again before they instituted the fact that the second place would get money.
so
you missed out on like $500.
I was trying to speak over Jason there just to like completely not let you guys know that I came in second so often, but it is true. I often came in second in that championship run,
Right.
and they weren't paying second, so I just got screwed out of like.
You just have to spend gas money and to go across the city and then spend $9 on cocktails.
And
Because it was before the drink tickets too.
It also is one of those shows where like, they encourage you to stay for the entire duration, also because you want to see if you want.
Yeah, you want to find out if you won. So it's a
And-
5-hour show.
Yeah,
You're there from 7:30
Yeah.
p.m. to midnight.
yeah, it's a big portion of the day.
And
Yeah, but I do look forward to doing it again, and
it's a great show. I had fun.
that's fun. So and how were the burlesque? Was it good burlesque?
Oh my! I don't want to talk shit, but
Okay.
losing to a burlesque performer who has trouble, like if you're gonna try to touch your toes, make sure that there's not a 95-degree angle on from your knee to your hip, knee, and an
Yeah,
ankle there.
and don't struggle with it. You know what I mean?
And that was the champion.
Okay.
But besides that one mishap of not being able to touch her toes. Great stuff, I guess. What do you want me to say?
What was the song?
How do you make burlesque good? I don't know. It was like the one burlesque song that's about burlesque that you hear like every time you go there.
Yeah.
The other one
Hey,
sang
burlesque.
The other one sang and did burlesque, and she lost. I thought she would win because she
Oh.
sang and did burlesque at the same time. She sang the Beatles, and I was like, "This is for Oren Spiro."
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
You knew I liked the Beatles?
Just look at your wall, and it's just like there's a full wall. He commissioned a street artist to spray paint Ringo's face on his wall in the living room.
Just Ringo.
Just Ringo. Thank you, Owen.
You're my biggest fan. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm the most talented Beatle. I know you know it. Can I talk in the Liverpool accent for the rest of the
No,
show?
please don't, man. But with this mustache and stubble,
Yeah.
I've been talking whenever I drive alone in the car. I've just been talking in my the Red Dead Redemption voice.
Yeah, okay.
Just because this is what I would make my cowboy look like.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I know about being a cowboy is.
Is there something to say after
No,
that?
it's just it was mostly about.
It's just the
I
voice?
I love going. I like being around the campfire and just eating another man's ass. What you city slickers call eating ass. We've
That's
been
what a
doing since the dawn of man.
That's what a real man does. If you want herd immunity,
Yeah,
then everyone's got to go.
That was the first joke, eh?
What?
Like when COVID came out, it was like, stop eating ass.
It wasn't even a joke. It was an actual thing that the government put out.
I like that.
And there's also, again, this, there's just things that so many people tell you and maybe you read as a headline, but you have no idea if it's an actual fact. I've heard that there was one government in Canada that put out a thing saying that glory holes were safe. They were a great way.
Yeah, I think that was BC. Those fucking freaks over there out west.
Those weirdos.
They're just like, I like it when the sky is orange, and I like to suck on genitals through a hole.
Look, it rains a lot. It rains a lot, so sometimes you kind of
The only dry part of the body is the genitals, and a wall protects you from the rain.
We like our bungs and we like our glory holes. They're all Californians to me over there. for some
BC?
reason.
I don't think I've ever met.
They're Asian Californians.
Yeah.
That's all of BC. No,
I guess, I don't know.
I think so. I've really never spent any
allergies
time.
pretty bad right now.
Oh yeah. Should I open the window? Because that's.
I think it's I don't know. Whatever. It's okay.
Oh, Jason's dying. Jason
No, it's
wasn't
just you're
built
I don't
for
want
this
to.
world.
I don't want to like have people listen to. We bought these nice microphones and recorder,
So
and
they're gonna hear you sniffling?
I don't want to hear. I want to have people listening to me clearing my throat.
What do you want?
It's fine. It's fine. I'll do.
That was gross. Oh, I hate this so much. I hated that so much.
Oh, that's on camera. It's good.
Okay, great.
Cool.
Well, I'm sorry. I have there's a cat that lives here.
Yeah, we know about the
sometimes.
cat. If you've listened to more than one episode, we know about the cat.
There's a cat that lives here sometimes, and now that it's getting colder, she's getting a little cuter, looking for refuge.
Uh-huh.
I like that. I like going there. It's so like.
Do you think your cat gave us the 1-star review on iTunes? By the way, we've just been talking a lot of shit. And mostly, like we've gotten only positive reviews from people who listen to the podcast, and like some anonymous little fuck just gave us not even 2, just 1 star, just like a pure go fuck yourself. We said, oh, it's a Jew and an Italian. It's just like some Turkish asshole is just like fuck these guys.
No, it's your dog who's like, my nipples are perfectly fine. They're normal nipples.
Oh man, you've seen them. They're not normal.
Yeah, someone rated. Okay, so this is what I do remember. So I saw that someone rated us one star on Apple, and what it made me think of is how last week I did say, rate us on Apple 1 star, 5 star, whatever you think. And you said, don't say 1 star. You said that to me. You called me out, don't say that. And I was like, oh, because no one's going to do it.
It's going to be fine.
I think someone literally is,
a fan, but just like a trolley fan, whatever. I hope they're
sorry, Mom.
If they're still listening, go change it. Go change it right now.
Yeah, or just give us a chance to earn you back.
Or listen to like past episodes they haven't listened to. Maybe those are better.
Yeah, I don't know, but I guess now that's what it's like to be an Uber driver.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw a great meme where it was just like a guy like orders food, and the guy comes, and then the other guy falls, and the driver like helps him with his leg and like fixes it, and then like pats each other on the back, and then they laugh, and then he goes in with his food and he rates him 3 stars. Yeah, and it's like that's the truth. It's so hard.
I mean, I don't know how those. First of all, there's a couple of things with Uber drivers.
Yeah.
One, the guy who drove me to the art loft, who had a 4.9 star rating, who drove like a fucking maniac.
Does he have the skin color you don't like? Is that the problem?
No, he drove like a fucking maniac in his little Volkswagen.
I hate that.
Not Rabbit. What's the Golf?
Golf.
Okay,
Yeah,
like
I like a Golf.
Yeah, it's nice, sure, but don't zoom by fucking Sherbrooke when everything's under construction. I fucking
don't
almost
zoom. I like that term. Are you zooming right now?
Well, he's going in and out of fucking traffic. Trying to like get there as fast as possible. Just fucking take your time, dude.
Don't zigzag.
Also, people who deliver my food with Uber Eats.
Yeah.
And I can barely afford the Uber Eats, and they're driving beautiful cars. It's like, what are you surviving off $4 tips on? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I had an Uber driver, like a driver once who
You're doing good, eh?
Yeah, I'm killing. So who once had who was driving what's it called, a Tesla, and he's like, yeah, I'm financing this Tesla. And I'm like, okay, what else do you do? He's like, no, I'm just driving Uber. And I'm
how?
like,
20 hours a day? What do you mean?
Yeah, and he's like, well, I just, I pay, I do Uber, fancy Uber, whatever that button is that no one's ever pressed.
Yeah. Who the fuck does that?
Do you know why no one ever presses it? Because I didn't press it, and guess who showed up?
Yeah,
Mr. Fancy Tesla. With the craziest car I've ever seen. I don't like a Tesla because nothing.
I've never been in one.
I don't know how to use any. They changed the things. You know what I mean? Like the doors aren't doors anymore. No. It's not like there's just handles and the locks and the buttons. So like you don't even know how to get out. You know that feeling? You know when you're in one of those minivans with those automatic doors?
Yeah.
But you feel like you can't touch them?
And you start like pushing it. It's like, don't fucking push me. It like gives you resistance.
Exactly.
It's like, you don't touch me right now, dude.
Yeah, I don't like
I'm
that.
my own person.
Yeah. I want to have control of my shit. You know what I mean? I don't like a slow moving anything. But it is impressive. But he was like, yeah, I'm just, this is worth it, And he's like, tell me, I pay like $700 a month or whatever for it. And I'm like, I don't know. This makes no sense to me.
Yeah. How are you even breaking even?
Yeah, but obviously they're not the best. They're not the best entrepreneurs, these gentlemen. But hopefully they're doing all right for themselves. I couldn't imagine doing it even for a minute.
No.
Even the delivery. You know what? Also, I will say about the delivery is that there's been a few delivery drivers who dropped off, and it just smells so bad. Like I have a very small vestibule area that they have to come into. Like to
vestibule.
Drop the food. Is that a wrong word? Probably
no, it's right. It's right.
Fancy like that.
It's just your
No big deal. We have a vestibule.
Oh, he's got vestibule money, honey.
Yeah, no big deal. So in there, they have to come in, and the last 2 drivers who come have made it smell more of BO than my food.
Nice.
Just in that area, and that's a little much for me to handle.
You mean downstairs?
Yeah, just in this.
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of square footage to cover with smell. You know, it's not that small.
I also used to work at a restaurant, right? Like I've mentioned, and there was this Dep next door that was open pretty late. Where I used to
Dep is a convenience store for our out of Quebec listeners.
Yeah, and they sell whatever you need: cigarettes and and chips and dirty magazines like Jason buys, and all that stuff.
Popular Mechanics.
Yeah, I'll take a Klondike and a Hustler.
Which ironic that a Klondike sounds like the dirtier ones of those two.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyways, so there was this guy who worked there, and he worked there like every day, 24 hours, like always working. And I like saw him. He was like, you know, when you just see someone every day of your life for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And then I left the restaurant. I never saw him again. I've never seen the dude again. And
I know the one you're talking about.
You do?
On Monkland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the crazy Sideshow Bob hair?
Oh, maybe that guy died. I don't know. I lived on Monkland for a year, 2 years, and I never saw that guy.
Yeah, there's this guy. He had very long face and a very Sideshow Bob hair, and he was very friendly. Always wanted to talk computers when you come in there, and he's like, computer, you know, like, not even like smart things about the computer. Just
He's
be
like, hey,
yeah.
typing letters.
Yeah. You ever see a hard drive?
You ever press Control Alt Delete? It's very different from the regular computer.
Yeah, watch this. Control Z. It's gone.
But wait, Control Shift C.
Back.
Come back like magic.
And then he was the Uber driver. He was the Uber delivery guy, you know?
Oh, really?
And I saw him, and I was like, hey, and he had no idea what that was.
He's like, he needs you in the context of like, it's like a bird or whatever. I don't know what has that memory. A goldfish, maybe?
Yeah. Also, I looked like I ate the person who.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's
so
also a big part of it. Yeah.
So you lost all that waiter cardio of your life.
Yeah. I
the
did.
walking back and forth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now I'm bald. That's another thing.
No, that's another thing. Yeah, before I would like to imagine you just with like slick back hair.
Oh,
You know those
never.
like you like it's just like those 4 hairs.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
like it just slick back, and
I
you got a
should've-
Bluetooth headpiece in,
I wish-
and you got transition lenses, and you're like, let me tell you about cats because I am a cat therapist, and also I sell cell phones.
Dude, I sound like I'm like a pure Israeli. Like
Yeah.
that's no. Yeah, that sounds
Gold
good.
belt, a Gucci belt.
Yeah, I always did want to kind of do a gold Star of David to like lay over my my
White
carpets on
polo.
the chest.
White polo tucked into black pants.
Yeah, but the thing is, whenever I wear a necklace, like the hairs get stuck in the
and
chain.
like a little chain.
Yeah, it's always like pulling at me. Same with like bracelets or watches or rings. Any type of jewelry in any way is so painful.
Imagine you get married and you have to just shave your knuckle on your one ring finger. It's just a naked.
That's what I'm gonna have to do.
It's the other hand, dude.
Oh,
come on, man.
I'm gonna have to. I used to have one of those belts. You ever have the belts with the reversible buckle?
Yeah.
So it's like magic or whatever.
Yeah. No one knows how it works.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it has like a kind of a shifting metal part
The guy
on
who
it.
invented it has a Nobel Prize in engineering.
I mean, as he should.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Carla, always.
Your girlfriend.
My girlfriend was.
I wonder what her name is.
Yeah, was moving my like I moved the PlayStation to the bedroom.
Okay.
And
Never mind. You're good.
so she was bringing the PlayStation from the bedroom back to the living room.
Yeah.
And she's like, I put it back for you. And I looked, and it's like backwards and not plugged in at all. you
Yeah.
know? And I'm like, thanks for putting it back. She's like, oh, you want, like, I don't know how it works. And I'm like, yeah. And I show her just the outlet for the wall. Like, how, what is this?
I wonder what situation you would put this. You need a fucking compass.
Yeah, exactly. What am I, a mechanical engineer over here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was I saying before that?
I don't know, dude. We're talking about the life in which you would thrive with your slick back hair and your reversible belt. And,
Oh yeah, like a good Israeli man.
Yeah.
No, I think there's something about an outlet or something. No, okay, forget
Yeah.
it. Who
whatever.
cares?
We're 25 minutes in. You want to check the thing and restart it?
How about I check the thing and then maybe we'll restart it? Just give me a second.
Yeah. You mean what I just said? It took me a second. I'm having a little bit of a slow day today. It took me a second to figure out exactly what you meant. Yeah. We're gonna talk about other stuff. I went camping. Not really. Just went up north again. Went camp. Yeah. Well, are we back? Oh yeah. I also watched 1922, the shitty Stephen King movie on Netflix. It was really bad. Watched it last night. After I had been doing the voice all day, I've been doing the cowboy voice all day, and I turned the movie on with my girlfriend, and the first thing he says is, in 1922, I killed my wife. In the exact same voice I'd been doing all day. It was beautiful.
Yeah, in a man's voice.
Yeah.
A sarsaparilla. What's
Yeah.
that guy's name? Do you know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
it's Sam Elliott?
Yeah. He's got
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, that's a good voice.
Yeah.
I do not have that. Oh shit! We keep on touching the ting tang tung things.
Get back over here, Spiro.
I'm comfortable.
Yeah. 9/11.
Jesus.
Where were you on 9/11?
Well, I was.
And how can I pin it on you?
I was in the Jewish control tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Press it now. Buildings go down.
Yeah, we were in our.
You were in
bunker.
control of Building 7 going down without anything touching it.
Yeah, we were in a bunker. No, I was in what we call Cégep, which is the
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is which is in between high school and university here.
First year?
Yeah, my first year.
Okay.
Fresh out of high school. We get out of high school a little earlier than we should.
Yeah, in Quebec.
Quebec. And we saw it on the TV that in the library there as someone told us what was going on.
Surround sound going on in the library?
Yeah, there was a lot of people. And then like we ended up kind of like running like to a park just to like get high and talk about how the world's gonna end and how they were gonna. I remember like getting a lot of phone calls from like families saying like, I think they're coming here next. Like people were like,
really?
Yeah, there was definitely
Montreal.
You know what? It's funny because like there was a lot of questions on what was going on to I think anyone who, and this is just my experience, but to a lot of people were like, what the hell was that? People have like, but like the Jewish people all were like, oh my god, the Arabs blew up.
Right.
Like it was instant. Like it was an
For the
instant
Jews?
thought process. It was like, oh, and they're attacking everywhere. Like this is not going to be a.
Okay, not a one-hit
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, exactly. It's like
Well, I
the
guess
Arabs,
it was the Pentagon too and all that shit.
Yeah,
but-
and it was like an instant like.
And that field in Pennsylvania, they really hated. Too.
Yeah, like screw this corn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was in 7th grade.
Yeah. Oh, so we were really.
I was 11, so I was in 7th grade. So
Yeah.
it was 2 weeks into high school because
Wow.
high school starts in 7th grade here.
Wow.
And it was the teacher that told us, because it happened first class, was math class.
Okay.
The teacher that told us, it was the teacher that like week 1 into school, we decided like, fuck this particular teacher. We're going to ruin her life.
Okay.
She had a burnout at the end of the year,
You're in
like
the
halfway.
hold on. You're the first year of high school, and you guys are already at the point where we're gonna screw up a teacher.
Yeah, just for some reason, this
Wow.
teacher just had a face everyone hated. She was like, 50.
Yeah.
We were like, yeah, she's close enough to death. Because at 11, you're like
Yeah.
50 years old. You're 100, you know?
Yeah.
So we were like, we're going to fuck this lady's life up. So when she told us, like, I have some terrible news. These 2 towers in New York City have been, attacked by airplanes. And we were like, who cares?
Oh my god.
Yeah, the whole class was like, fuck you, lady.
No way, really?
Yeah. I mean, I was a nice good boy, but the people who were mean were like, who gives a shit?
It was a weekday, right?
Yeah, it was like a Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday.
Yeah. And we, like, as a class, we were like, who gives a shit? It happens in the movies all the time, you know? And then we went to, like, lunch after, and, like, that's all that was on the TV. It's like, oh, it's a real thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Still, she's an idiot though.
Yeah.
Still,
She still fucking has to teach us about algebra, so she fucking sucks,
Yeah.
right?
And all you guys have to keep it up for like the rest of the year and pretend you didn't give a shit about 9/11
Yeah.
around her.
And then we literally gave her, she, like, stopped going into school as of, like, February. She was like, I can't fucking deal with these people.
Oh, you succeeded.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she's done. Did you have any burnout teachers?
Yeah, we had one. She was a math teacher, and
2? Yeah, me too.
because the thing is, I don't know if it was the same, but were you grouped in math?
Not at that age. Grouped in math starts, I think, in grade 9.
Yeah, so we were always grouped from like grade
Like in good and bad groups, you mean?
Yeah. So
Oh,
there
yeah?
was 5 or 6 or 7 groups depending on the amount of students in the grade, and we were grouped in Hebrew, English, math, French, Yiddish, and everything, right?
Right.
And I was in the bottom group of everything. right?
Yeah.
Just I'm
Nice.
the bottom group guy.
Just
now,
scraping that bottom, baby.
Now I get the idea.
That's
of
why they
these
call you
groups.
Oren Bottom Scraper Shiro.
Yeah, that's my nickname.
It's not the other stuff that you
Yeah.
do on Thursday nights.
Man, that nickname when I had my speech impediment would have been brutal for me. Owen the bottom scraper. Spiro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there were always groups, and the biggest issue with I get the idea of groups, so everyone can learn at the right pace or whatever.
Right.
But the thing is that when you have a bottom group, you just have all the troublemakers in one group. You're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
taking
for
all
sure.
the delinquents
Yeah.
who want nothing to do with school
Yeah.
and put them in one group. And even if there's one kid who actually has a learning disability but like is trying to do it,
Or can't talk good or something.
yeah, exactly. And then you have everyone else is like, "What's this nerd trying to read or something?" You know, like so it's impossible to get by.
Yeah.
But we were the bottom class of math, and she was our teacher. And I had just come back from the hospital from my little depression stint.
Oh, okay. It was
very-
right after you tried to.
Yeah.
Okay.
To off myself
The bureau forever.
to make this world
To
a better
quiet
place.
the bureau evermore.
And I ended up, so I came back, and I was like, she knew, you know, and she was very nervous around me, and I can tell.
What, like anything I'll say might just switch them on.
And
off.
I remember I had my belly button ring at this time, my sexy belly button ring.
Was this? So you tried to kill yourself,
Yeah.
and then you kept the belly button. You didn't think to maybe make some changes in your life?
You wouldn't think that's the reason I killed myself, right? And so I was walking around and I had the belly button ring in, and I was like trying to like show it off. I got my shirt unbuttoned, like my high school uniform shirt was unbuttoned, and she was like freaking out because I was showing my navel, and I was like, I was like, you can't hate,
you can't contain the sexiness, ma'am.
This is what it is. You can't hold this back. This stallion must ride. And
was it hairy back then too?
Of course, I was hairy. I remember I once mooned a girl in like grade 11, and she she was shocked. Like she was like white in the face. Like that was the most disgusting thing. It went from me being like, check this out. And then she was like scarred, and she's like, that was the most disgusting. I'm like, whoa, relax. That's kind of mean.
I think because it makes sense. Because as a girl, you don't see a hairy ass ever in film and movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like no one ever. Hairy asses are the most underrepresented thing in pop culture.
And I think people don't realize how it all focuses out from the center and kind of crawls out.
Yeah,
like that's the way.
I mean, I also freaked out the first time I saw like in the hockey locker room. Like you shower as of like age whatever 13 or whatever 12.
Yeah.
The first time I like 11 to 14, you have such different ranges of like humanity looking back at you in a hockey in a locker room. You have like a 13-year-olds who are 5 foot, and then you have 13-year-olds who have a full beard and a beard on their ass as well.
I remember there was a kid in high school. I think I was grade 7. He had sideburns. And he came back from. I think it was grade 8. We came back from summer vacation, and he
comes
sideburns.
back and he's like, I'm ready to fuck.
And he's like, bring it. And I remember just so innocently, the little simple, little innocent, little boy that I am, and I go
still are to this day.
And I go into my hairdresser, and I'm like, I'll take sideburns, please. Like
really?
super confident, like sideburns, please. And she was like looking at me, and she's like,
what do you want me to do?
She's like, well, we can like, and I was like, no, sideburns. And she's like, I'm gonna get your mom to come talk to you for a second. And like she literally, and my mother was like, did you ask for pubes?
Gross.
Yeah. No, but she's like, what did you ask? I was like, I asked for sideburns. And she's like, oh, sweetheart, those are going to come as you get older.
And then it took 3 months for you to get them.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. The other, I don't know, have you ever had like other burnout teachers?
No, I think that's the one I remember the most. We have also keep in mind one thing about our different experiences is that we had Yiddish teachers, and Yiddish teachers are pretty much survivors. Okay,
right?
Who are like
you can't fucking knock them.
They're just old and fragile, and
But all you have to do is probably change your ringtone to some violin, and they would just be like, ah.
Yeah, absolutely. Just brings them
just
right
flashbacks.
Back. Yeah.
The only other teacher that I know burnt out, but like it wasn't like I didn't see it happen.
Yeah.
It was like a slow burn over years and years. Was my English teacher for like the last 2 years of high school. Apparently, I had a guy I went to high school with. After he graduated high school, became a bartender at the pub in the mall next to the high school.
And people said he wouldn't make it.
And apparently, the English teacher after he retired. Immediately, his wife handed the divorce papers, took half his pension, and from that point on, he went into the pub every day from open till close and just dropped like $200-300, like whatever pension he had left.
No way.
Just drank himself to death.
That's a sad story, Jason.
Yeah, it is. It was really sad. But also, I like how me and this guy that both had the same teacher, we were like talking about it. We were like, yeah, but he lied a lot, right? In class, he was a pathological liar. So I guess like.
So fuck him.
Yeah, so fuck him.
I had two really. Okay, so one teacher who was a great teacher, very cool guy.
Yeah.
Wore jeans and a white T-shirt, skinny dude. It was an English teacher, so he was like he good literature. You know what I mean? Like one of those smart guys.
I mean, my guy was an English teacher too.
Yeah, I know. So but came off like cool because he was kind of funny. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
had a good sense of humor and was snark with. I don't know if snark's even a word. Snarky with people and just quick. And he used to like kind of like what I noticed after high school is he stayed friends with a few female students.
Laying his seeds.
And they would go hang out with him once in a while, go for a beer with him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then he started dating one eventually. And I was like, wow, this guy's
a real fucking piece of work.
Fucking talk about grooming.
Yeah.
Huh? What is this fucking...
That's the groomsman right there.
I had another teacher who thought he was the cool dude, but it was so inappropriate. Said so many inappropriate things about women. And really, to this day, like now he's like falling apart. He's like almost dead. And like I see him on he comments on shit on Facebook. He might be listening to this right now. All the best to you, sir.
He's like me.
Yeah, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. Carly commented on one of my pictures like you look so handsome, on my Facebook.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And, was that guy? I saw that.
And he wrote like, "What the hell are you talking about? Like, to be funny, because he thinks he's funny."
Yeah. He was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I thought it was just a confused old Jewish man you both knew. Yeah.
Oh, but talking about amazing comments, fuck! I shared the podcast a little while ago on Facebook.
Yeah.
And so, and like this woman who is like
friends with your mother?
No, she's not even. She's my mother's. So she
my
is.
God.
So I have to. I actually have to. I can't bleep that in.
She's someone.
She's someone.
We'll bleep that out. She's someone.
Yes, a friend of my mother's.
A friend of your mother's.
And comments like, "Hey, this is Peggy, my mother." Again, why am I using names so much? This is her son's podcast.
He's a comedian.
He's a comedian, not full-time job though.
Not his day job though. Just had to like undercut you immediately,
like right away. Like I've never seen someone be so insulting, but just trying to be nice at the same time. And then she's like, also gonna go for surgery next week. And then someone else who I don't even know is like, "Oh, when are you going for surgery? I didn't know." And she starts talking about her pain.
All on you sharing a podcast on your Facebook page,
dude. You get like a lot of like pressure from comedian producers to share everything on Facebook, and if you don't, like, you're like X out of the community or whatever. The thing is no one listens to my Facebook. I think everyone's muted me on Facebook.
Sure.
Anyone I went to high school with doesn't even know that I exist.
Well,
on
I
Facebook.
muted them on Facebook. Like that was the first thing I did. Like,
but
5 years ago.
Do you know how annoying we are on Facebook? Just promoting useless shows over and over and over again.
No one gives a shit.
It's crazy. Yeah. Anyways, very funny though. Just to like watch an entire there's that constant joke about boomers not knowing how to use Facebook and having entire conversations and comments on a picture, and I literally have proof that it happened last week.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's kind of great.
This is his son. This is her son. He's a comedian. Not his day job though.
Not his day job.
Also, I have a terrible pain.
Yeah. Which also, thank God it's not his day job, because he's not very good at it.
Not that she would know.
Motherfucker.
I also went up north again, but different up north. I didn't go to my girlfriend's parents. I went to a lesbian birthday up north.
You guys traveling the world. Lesbian how do those celebrated? What's the difference?
It's
you cut the cake with scissors?
High five! Similar joke, baby. Because we went to the woods, right? And it's like lesbian camping's a little. It's very similar, but instead of rubbing two pieces of wood together to start a fire, you just rub two pussies together.
There you go. Yeah.
Don't listen to this. I wasn't making fun of your sexuality.
So what, just out of curiosity, is like a very Larry David question, is one very...
You would think don't be stereotypical, but yes.
Yeah, okay. So we have
one,
there's a male and a...
No,
not a male.
not like that. Don't say... There's not a boy and who's the boy of the relationship? I'm sure they love that.
Who's the top, though?
I don't fucking know.
I didn't
ask.
Does it look
that
like...
you would ask that?
No.
Yeah,
but I would try to get to it.
Yeah.
I would try to get to it somehow. Yeah. I'd be like, so... If you guys were having sex and me and my girlfriend were having sex, who would be?
And they're both like, not you, because that's the whole point of this, is to never be around anything that looks like you.
It is so. It is like it's. I'm almost jealous at like how much you can accept yourself. Like I feel like one of the biggest reasons that I'm not gay is.
Yeah, keep going.
Is that I hate myself so much
that you wouldn't want to be with anything that reminds you of you?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So to like touch a penis would almost be like admitting that
this is like mine.
A penis is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
I'm not. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I can't celebrate a male's body because that's my body and it should not be. I don't know. It's weird. But I like the idea that they probably, imagine you were what you were you're turned on by. Wouldn't that fuck your shit up a little bit?
Yeah, I don't know. Like just like I caught my dog staring at herself in the mirror the other day. Is that what you would just do all day?
Yeah, like it's such a dumb cishet thing to say.
Of course, we're ignorant as fuck.
But we are dumb cishet guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not malicious or mean.
No, just ignorant.
Just ignorant, you know. And so I talk to my sister about stuff like that all the time. She teaches me a few things, you know.
Okay.
And because there's someone in her history who came out of the closet as a lesbian very young in high school.
Okay.
And then transitioned into a man.
Okay.
And then realized that she was a gay man.
Right.
And that's quite
It's almost a full sexual, like in terms of what you're interested in. It's like a quarter of a pizza pie. It's a 3/4 pizza pie.
Right. And I won't say that this is what the person went through, but we discussed this idea of you become a lesbian because it's the only way you can feel like a man is being with women, you know? And transitioning is too huge of a leap and too impossible.
You lost
to
me,
imagine.
and you lost me.
Okay, fair enough. Jason is too confused by this whole thing.
I smoked weed today, and my brain is foggy.
Shit, yeah. 420, like that shit.
Smoked weed, took a 3-hour nap after sleeping 9 hours.
Smoke weed.
Hell yeah, man.
Day.
It's a good day.
I like a good joint in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon, other times in the evening, and sometimes all three.
Okay. I thought you were going to start quoting a Sublime song.
Man,
because you always break out into song while talking, and I fucking hate it.
I'm such a loser that when I heard that line for the first time, you know that like meme of like that whole crew going ah.
Yeah.
When I heard I smoked 2 joints, then I smoked 2 joints, and then I smoked 2 more, I was like, shit, that's badass.
That sucks so much, dude. I fucking hate that.
So badass. To a trumpet? Yeah, you do. Is that a bong sound effect in the background? This is the best song I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sublime.
Yeah, I like Sublime, man. Like, I had a good voice.
You would like ska.
No, I never got into ska.
I mean, you just said that you like
Sublime's not ska.
Okay.
There's some ska tendencies to their music, but it's mostly not ska.
There is a lot of ska going on. That is, they're like the ska daddies.
I don't think so.
They are your ska daddy. Did you know that?
What is that? Is that a play on words?
Your ska daddy?
Fuck. The first thing that come up is Sublime Ska.
Of course it's ska.
It's a ska punk band. Fuck.
Of course it's ska.
Yeah, but I think my favorite songs are not the ska ones, like Jailhouse and whatever. I don't know. I like more of the B sides. You know, I like the underground Sublime. I'm a real Sublime head.
Yeah, sure. That guy died, right?
Yeah, Bradley Noel.
What happened? He put a trumpet too far up
I think
his
he
ass?
died from heroin. I think it's sadder than that. He tried to do heroin with a trumpet, and as soon as he opened up his veins with the trumpet mouth, it just.
He's like, I'm gonna put the mouth part of the trumpet in my ass.
Up my ass.
And then you blow the heroin
up my ass.
Up my ass from the other side.
Yeah.
In a key of A.
Up my ass from the other side. Is that Adele song? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Adele like lost 1 million pounds or something.
And then immediately wore Jamaican bikini and got dreads or whatever.
Oh, is that
Isn't that picture?
I have
that she got in trouble for?
I have no idea. See, like it's funny. I've never seen any of the pictures of her post losing weight or whatever.
I thought it was Katy Perry. She looks like Katy Perry.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive. Katy Perry looks a lot like that girl.
Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah, so many names. How do you know them all? I like that show, New Girl.
New Girl's great. Jake Johnson's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
fucking what's the guy's name?
He's like the guy I wish I was. You know, like
the guy.
Like,
yeah, I know.
That's who I am.
That's who I like. That like a mix between that and like Charlie from
and
Always
Charlie.
Sunny.
That's exactly who I think I am.
You're not bad at all.
Not bad at all. I'm not even a little bit that. I'm like more like Schmidt or whatever. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
you are. You're just Schmidt is just a smooth version of you. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Schmidt looks like me but acts like you. Is what it is.
Yeah, that's so true. And I wish I was those cool. I don't know. There's something about because they're like lazy potheads, but you know. I don't know,
but he's got a law degree or whatever. It's like I would never get it. Matt, did you ever think about going to law school or some shit?
Do that to the character that I'm exactly like, but then they're also the smartest person in the world behind. I'm like, no, but but make them dumb too, because then I can relate.
Because they're a burnout or something, you know.
Yeah, I guess so.
So you never watched $1 Million Beach House or Selling Sunset? You watched the Selling Sunset?
I watched Selling Sunset. And there was a very Israeli woman on who I enjoyed very much.
She's great. She's the dry one, Maya, I think.
The first episode, she's like entertaining some guy who's like scripted to be an asshole and just continuously say nice house, but when we go on dates,
yeah, that guy. I remember that guy. Yeah.
And then she's like, okay, but are you serious about the house? I go, yeah, I'm serious about the house, but
over drinks maybe.
And then she'd be like, I'm married, and be like, okay, but just come for a drink, and she'd be like, okay, and then you'd be like, what's going on? It's fucking like, who wrote this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right. Who wrote this is the thing. It's all scripted. It's all bullshit, but I love it. Just
also,
the
hardest show to watch with your significant other because you have to. When you're trying to feel the vibe of who it's okay to find attractive with your girlfriend,
right?
Because they have to find them attractive. Because if they hate the person that you think is the hottest, you can't even say you think one of them is the hottest.
Sure. I mean, I guess you let. I mean, what am I? Hello. But like clearly for me. It's like you automatically take the people with Botox out of the equation. Yeah. So that's like half the girls,
Okay.
Like a clear, but
But hold on, but like because you don't find it attractive, because that it's not going to go over well.
No, I'm fine. I don't find it attractive, so I'm fine with it. So I clearly can start making fun of their looks.
Yeah, fine.
But then when it comes to like the natural looking ones, you have to be like, she's got nice forehead, huh? Good hair.
Yeah, you got to tiptoe around and see. And then if they say something like, she's fucking hot as hell, you're like, yeah, she's good looking. Like you can kind of sit with it if they have approved.
Sure,
it.
I don't know if I could.
Meanwhile, opposite wise, she can be like, that guy's, oh my God, I'm going to go masturbate in the other room right now. And I have to be like, okay, fine.
Okay, we have very different realities watching this show together. My girlfriend hates every single dude that crosses the screen on that thing.
The truth is, on that show, that's not what I mean.
Like the French guy that, whatever, I think it's Mary's married to like a French guy.
Yeah.
Who looks like just a pure caveman, but it's like,
yeah.
You can tell, like,
who's
okay,
like 20 years younger than her. Yeah. That's a great.
Yeah.
Because that's the first time, dynamic where you see the guy dating the younger dumb girl, and it's like just for the looks. This is the same thing. It's like she's dating
he
a
can't
guy.
get to. It's like, oh, he's French. He just doesn't speak. Like he's got a great vocabulary in French, but it's like, no, I can tell. Like he can't speak anything.
No, definitely not.
He speaks in grunts.
Yeah, he speaks in grunts. He's the kind of guy who's checking himself out while you have sex. He's like, you have a mirror? Because I want to be able to check these pecs out while I'm going at it.
My pecs have dimples.
Yeah, and I like this.
They're cute.
Yeah, that's. But I mean, that's an okay watch. I can only get through 2 episodes.
I watched the whole fucking thing, man.
It's because it's so scripted to me. I just don't understand.
It is, but I like looking at the houses too. That's what it is. I love the houses and the two tiny Jewish brokers who own the thing.
Yeah, that's hilarious. They're both like bald.
They're 5'7", bald,
and
they have millions of dollars.
So much money.
Yeah.
And they're just producing a show. I love it.
Yeah,
I like how they're just producing a show. They're like, we're just gonna hire good-looking women, and then we're gonna produce a show about it because anyone can sell our houses. Because look at them.
Yeah, and cause it's true. Because it's like clearly they hire these women to be on the show, or I guess not. Some of them I guess have been working with them for a while. But then like sometimes you'll catch like a shot in the office, and there's like 3 people in the background, and it's like, who the fuck are those people? We've never seen them before.
Yeah,
they're just you go on their website, it's just regular-looking people. It's like you can't be in the show.
Yeah, because they're the ones that do the actual work.
Yeah, probably.
Like the other ones like, I hate this bitch. Yeah. This bitch is coming. She's gonna sell a house. No, I'll sell the houses.
I can't take what you're doing right now.
That is what the show.
I know what the show is.
You can't take the show that you watch because I'm imitating it perfectly.
Yeah,
I guess
you're right.
The entire show. And then it's like some Pitbull song comes on. And it's like, this is the house we sell.
Yeah, but no, it's not even Pitbull. The thing is that they can't they don't want to spend any money whatsoever on licensing music. So all you're hearing is people who sound like people who are on the radio, but not actually on the radio.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
It's just it's the same songs but in in a different key,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think I'm onto something though with that whole I remember I was dating a woman once, and she was out of town and I was using her iPad watching pornography on the iPad, and she. When she came back, I forgot to delete the history. Not only did I not delete the history, I just left it there.
Yeah, you're fucking sloppy. Yeah?
I'm not sloppy. I don't have anything to hide, and I don't have that instinct to just hide.
Yeah.
So I left it there, and when she got back, she saw the porn, and she was like, "So I saw you were watching porn." I was like, "Oh, great, here comes and she's like, I saw that the girl had like short black hair and had the same build as me. And I was like, oh, and obviously I never noticed that.
Right.
And she's like, I think that's kind of hot that you watch girls that kind of look like me. And I was like, oh yeah, that's
exactly what I'm doing. Hell yeah.
I just Googled my girlfriend lookalikes.
Yeah. So we're good for Christmas then, huh? We're no present, huh? This year, I've been a good boy.
I remember like
Off the naughty list.
I remember it's just funny that the psychology of that, you know, it's just really like just where her brain went. It's not even something I would think about for a second.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really.
I do that if I see them. If I see someone's watching like a porn with a big black guy, I'm like, oh, I see.
You like Orange Spiro, huh?
I see like the same size and build.
It's because your dick is so hairy that it just looks like a black guy's dick.
Dude, imagine if I never ever trimmed myself, I probably wouldn't see it.
What? I don't like that. I don't want that. If you only listen on audio and don't know what we look like, just keep it that way.
No, you want to see these cute boys.
Sure, go on YouTube and
these cute boys. Are you kidding me? Follow us.
Don't
like
call us cute boys.
We're cute, simple.
We're not at an hour yet. We're not gonna do it. Are we ending it?
No. We can.
Okay.
We have time for some more fun.
Yeah.
For some more fun and friendship. Should I sing a song?
Don't sing a song, dude.
Yeah, I was talking about before about how it was tough for me being a waiter when I was older.
Yeah, you were talking about it off camera.
Yeah.
In case people are confused and are going back, going like, I missed that part.
Yeah.
You know,
You're freaking out. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
He's never spoken about being a waiter ever.
Guy in Kuwait's like, I was just making some green tea for a minute. It's mint tea.
Is it mint tea?
I think it's more mint tea with nana.
I don't know anything about Kuwait, but thank you for listening.
Me neither. But I'll beat you in backgammon anytime.
You're confident about that part of it, though. You're confident about backgammon being part of this guy's life.
Of course it's part of his life. I mean, no, not necessarily. Baklawa. I think it's called baklawa. Do you ever eat baklawa?
Yeah, my grandmother makes it as a specialty.
Really? Your grandmother is from Kuwait?
Well, she's from...
Well, now we know where our
she's
listeners.
from Egypt.
Your grandmother's from Egypt?
Yeah, she's not Egyptian by blood, but she was born there. I just found this out. I thought she was born in Cyprus my whole life because she's half Greek, half Spanish, half Spanish Jew.
Ooh.
And I just found out she was born in Egypt. I had no idea.
Wow. So you're part Egyptian?
No, I don't think it's not by blood. It's like a little stop. You know, it's a little stop in the journey of my heritage. A little layover.
Okay. Well, that's an interesting fact.
Okay.
I've never been
To Egypt? Me neither.
Yeah. Well, can you go? Are you like?
What do you mean? Can I go? I'm not on a blacklist.
Well, I guess I am because of my.
Israeli passport.
Yeah, I could use my Canadian passport actually.
Yeah,
and they would have.
They wouldn't know.
So I always.
But also, I don't know if I would go see the pyramids, and that's it. There's that KFC that overlooks the pyramids. I'll go to that.
I love that, like the picture of it from the other side.
Yeah,
like,
it's just a shitty fucking
It's just like a strip mall.
Yeah.
With a comedy club in it, like across the street.
Welcome to Timbuktu. No, it's not Timbuktu. Is it? No, that's a different place.
Where's Timbuktu?
I thought Timbuktu was a pharaoh's name, but it's not. I'm thinking about something else.
Where did Garfield always send Nirmal?
Timbuktu.
Was it Timbuktu?
Yeah, I don't know where that is though.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
It wasn't Abu Dhabi?
I think it's both.
Oh yeah, maybe it's both.
Yeah.
They mix it up. Where's Abu Dhabi? Somewhere near Kuwait.
I'm gonna guess it's Saudi Arabia or the United Emirates, Arab Emirates.
Geography with the Friendship Hour crew. We'll
Just
teach
see, you know how we were talking about we're ignorant before? It's pretty much about everything except for pop culture.
Dude, I have a globe in the corner of the
Yeah,
room.
I always look at it and I'm like, can we talk about this thing?
And sometimes I just spin it around and learn something that I should have known a long time ago.
Indochina.
Yeah.
You're a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh, so Malaysia's a place. You know?
Yeah, Myanmar. Your globe probably still says, is it Burma? Yeah, probably still says Burma on it.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm glad we kept going with the podcast and talk about this shit.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
what are you gonna do? I had a friend who was like a smart guy, like he's just, and even when we were a kid, he's just good memory, and I always say that it's annoying that smart people have really good memories. That's like pretty much what we qualify smart, So when he was younger, he got an atlas and was obsessed that he was able to remember the capital of every anal and and like all that bullshit.
You mean the capital of what?
Of all the anals of all
What's
the countries, he just knew he just knew the capitals and the cities, every city within every country. He can name every country in alphabetical bullshit, and he used to like quiz us on them.
What a nerd.
But we knew,
What a
we knew
nerd
nothing,
bitch.
But I always felt so challenged by it because like I felt dumb.
Yeah, well, you feel challenged every day of your life, dude.
Yeah, that's very true. That's absolutely true. When I'm spending 4 minutes trying to push on a pull door.
Yeah.
those are the moments when I'm like, I'm 37.
You're 30. You're not 30. How do you age yourself every day?
Dude, it's fucked when you get up to one of those to a 2-door system. There's 2 doors like to get into a mall or something.
Yeah.
And like, and only one of them's gonna work and one way.
You always take the wrong one. Is what you're
I've
saying?
always managed to pull, push, and then open.
Push, yeah.
Like somehow it's always on the 4th attempt that I'm.
Yeah, that's real dumb. I don't have that problem at all.
It's crazy. I don't understand how it happens every time.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll stop hearing myself for a second. I'm good. But going back to that thing where like smart people are smart because they can remember things.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, how, let's say, the radio works.
Sure.
But tell me why it exists. Why are there waves, bitch?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what is that? Like, what's Wi-Fi?
Huh? How's that done? Huh?
The vacuum?
No, I'm saying like I'm pointing to the space in front of us, to the fourth wall.
Yeah, how's this work?
How's this?
It's like, sure, you know how to code, but like, why? Why does fucking computers work?
Shit is complete magic.
It is magic.
I still to this day like.
Oh, it's on a gold. It's on a piece of gold inside of a computer. It's on a chip.
That's what's crazy that the modern technology almost makes more sense to me. Like I get how we can kind of listen to a song through a computer, but I look at a record and I'm like, this.
It's in the grooves.
This groove is like every sound that makes no sense.
I know. There's like records, like there's audio recordings on like ceramic pots because like while they were being made, they recorded the conversation. It's like, what are you talking? You can listen to a ceramic pot from 2,000 years ago.
See, that's what I make. That's what makes no sense to me. And the fact that someone figured that out is also just.
Yeah. How'd you listen to the pot? What device is that?
What magic did you figure out? To make this work.
And that's real. I think if you look it up, you can find like audio recording off ceramic.
Yeah. Yeah. It's absolutely a fact.
Yeah.
I know. I've looked it up many times when I'm doing my fact checking, my life checking, when I'm doing my, is this real?
Yeah, clay, not ceramic. Sorry. So it's like while Patrick Swayze was groping whoever, is it Demi Moore?
I think Demi Moore.
Or is it Jennifer Connelly?
Nope. It's Whoopi Goldberg.
It's Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, for sure.
So you can hear Patrick Swayze ghost moaning inside of the. If you listen to the vase real close, you can hear him coming in the background,
coming all over Demi Moore's back for no reason.
When a ghost comes, it's like, boo.
Man, Demi Moore, she was like.
That was terrible. I take that back. Just bleep that whole.
G.I. Jane.
Yeah, where she shaved her head or whatever.
Yeah, it was like oh, and that just became the joke forever. Like, what do you G.I. Jane? Anytime a guy would shave their head.
Really?
You look good. You look.
It's
like
nice to get insights.
G.I. Jane.
Insights of jokes from 6 years before I knew what a joke was.
Yeah, before you knew how to roast someone for no reason. Yeah, so you went with Lilith Fair and G.I. Jane are all the way you would call somebody a little bit of a lesbian.
Okay.
I still wanted to like because it was. People knew who Katie Lang was back then. Now no one does, and it still makes it even.
I think Canadians know because they wheeled her out for the Olympics, and she had an Elvis haircut, and she was like singing. She butchered Hallelujah. And everyone's like, "This is a beautiful moment," and I was like, "This is fucking garbage."
That's what's great about Hallelujah is like it originally was sung by someone who couldn't really sing.
Yeah, Leonard Cohen can't really sing, and he sang, and his version is technically not great. I would say.
No, it's not. It just sounds like it sounds like he was dying while he was recording it, even though he died years later.
But then James Buckley or whatever, Jeff Buckley came over and he made it beautiful, and now everyone covers that version of it and not the Leonard Cohen version of it.
Man, I just like I hate the song, but I still will tear up when like some like poor dad on The Voice is singing it. You know what I mean? He gets to the end, they show his kid in the audience being like, "I love you, Dad."
Yeah,
like they're making that face to the like, ugh. And then at the end, like everyone claps and like, "That was the most brilliant, powerful thing I've ever seen in my life." And he's like, "It's for my kid."
You have to have a story if you're going to be on like America's Got Talent or like. There's no way you can just have talent. You have to have something horrible happen to you at the same time.
I mean, that is why Dragon's Den is actually a better show than Shark Tank, because on Dragon's Den, the Canadian version, they don't do the this
Yeah,
person at home in the kitchen.
They'll have one. They'll have one
No, I don't
every.
think they ever do it.
I've seen them.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Well,
Yeah.
they didn't at first.
Yeah.
And that's when I like that. Just get to the next pitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't
Just
just-
I want to pretend like I know what this is, like what money is.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was using a sponge, and I was like, "What about a different sponge?
What about a sponge you could wear on your ass,
Yeah,
and then every time you sit,
Yeah.
you get a little wet because you know how the number one thing you want is a wet ass.
What about? I have a pitch. What about a cum towel? Isn't that a good? That's a good.
Gross.
Don't you think every relationship needs a cum towel? Stop ruining every other towel. The cum towel.
Because you would have to take care of that thing so much more.
Yeah, but maybe.
And where your mind is after you've used it is the last thing you want to do is take care of it. It's just going to become. It's going to become like a cryogenic piece piece of frozen.
Oh, that's what they should do. So you have a cum
You
towel.
can hit it on a table and it just splatters and it just
in a million
explodes everywhere.
pieces. Yeah, they should do one. They should have a cum towel that you use, and every time you use it, it absorbs and keeps the cum into like a compartment. And then at the end of the month, you can donate it. And they can
they can make a baby from you.
And they make
it's
a baby.
Like, society's most upstanding citizens.
My cum towel
the
baby.
babies. The babies of the towel, like the Children of the Corn remake no one ever wanted.
Yeah. Are you a cum towel baby? Yeah, I've always been very ashamed.
That's the thing is that once society crumbles even more, at that point we would have like regular people and cum towel babies who would do all of the manual labor no one else wants to do.
He's like,
you've just created a dystopia that no one wants.
And they're shamed and they're trying to get into society, and he's like, wait a minute, are you a? And they have a superpower that they can just absorb into carpets, but that's all they can do. So that it's just really. It's like, so if you walk into
they
the
can
bathroom,
what absorb it? You laugh through that punch.
they can just like melt into a carpet,
Ugh.
But they can't like go anywhere, and then they just mix up with everything else that's in that carpet.
This is what happens when we smoke weed before the show. Just go into the fucking.
They're like, oh no!
You go into magical realism, but based around cum.
Yeah, so that's what happened. Like one of the cum towel babies went to a bathroom and wasn't supposed to be in there, and someone else opened it, so he absorbed into the carpet. But someone else had come into that carpet, and he didn't know. So when he came back out,
Like the fly.
he's half.
Half.
He has like another leg coming out of his side. It's like, oh no! Cum towel baby,
Jeff
did it again.
Goldblum also stars in this movie. I'm half cum.
Towel, baby. It's not bad. Eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am a cum baby.
I like it.
Yeah.
Where are we, Jason?
We're like at an hour, but I guess we're like at an hour.
Oh, but we have some cuts. We have some weird things.
Yeah, we have some weird. Well, it's not that bad actually. I think it'll be a pretty good, easy cut for you to do. I really don't have much else written down. I wrote down a few weeks ago what's the best bird, and that was.
What's the best bird?
Yeah. Because I had read, like, this is like a Reddit fact that keeps popping up over and you know how there's like those facts that like all of society knows now because they start on Reddit, then you see them on Twitter, and then you see them on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's just everyone knows that Albert Einstein married his cousin now or whatever. It's like one of the 4 things you know about him.
What? Don't ruin my hero.
Do you think that Albert Einstein's cousin baby would just be a regular smart guy?
Yeah, it would just be that's his version of being
really, yeah.
It's still smarter than me.
Of an inbred baby is just a regular smart guy. He's like an engineer.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah. No, because there's like this fact that keeps popping up is that Australia had the emu war because they had too many emus, so they declared war. The army had to go call all the emus, and the emus won.
Is that true?
Yeah.
The emus won.
Yeah, the emus won.
They're taking over.
There's too many of them. They're like, we're going to war against the emus.
Retreat.
And there's still too many emus or something.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. But my homeland.
Yeah.
The land of milk and honey that I come from. I don't know why they call it that. The land of milk and honey.
Is there any honey?
There's no honey. Huh. And there's some milk. I don't think there's an abundant amount of milk.
It's not a good amount of milk. It's goat milk mostly.
Yeah, it is actually mostly goat milk.
Yeah.
They had a rat problem. When they started developing the country.
Yeah, when they took that land with the.
You mean when all the Jews came in?
Yeah.
They called it a rat problem, but really.
Yeah.
So when we all showed up and we started developing the land and turning it from a desert into like a city, there were a lot of rats. So they decided to bring cats into the cities to kill
That's like a
The
cartoon
rats.
way of solving a problem.
It literally is.
That's so funny.
One day some guy was watching Tom and Jerry. He's
Yeah,
like, you know
they're like-
what?
It's like the Department of Interior was watching Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
Smoking hash. They're like, I think I've got an idea.
Yeah, he's like, look, this cat's having a tough time, but I think we get
I think we get some smart cats.
And now they have a crazy cat problem. Like now,
Oh, yeah?
and now there's just so many cats in Israel. It's insane. There's cats everywhere.
People don't think.
So I think their next plan is to bring in like falcons.
Just a bunch of dogs.
Yeah, they're bringing falcons. They're
Yeah.
just like, picking up cats and flying away.
Just dropping over the side of the mountain, and
Yeah.
you've got a bunch of mountain cats.
Exactly. Like those goats that can somehow stand on nothing.
Yeah, I don't like those guys.
How is that how is that real? What
I don't know. They're just like, you like how skinny this ledge is? You like how skinny this ledge is? Yeah, give me a skinnier one, and then you just see them plummet to their death.
I
And
don't like it. I was watching a video on Facebook of like, this is how this mother takes her child to school every day, and it's some like Tibetan or God knows what, like scaling a mountain and like
just build another school, dude.
It's just ridiculous. I'm like, there's no way.
Homeschooler.
I just think there's
guess
actually
you can
no
do
way.
that.
I don't think. I think there's also camera angles and trickery going
Yeah.
on, making it. Actually, you know what? Even if it's not steep, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go over a hill to go to school. You know, so it's so crazy when you watch that and you're like, who am I and what is my life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
Well, that's good to know, Jason.
I say fuck school, dude.
Hey, fuck it.
Fuck
okay?
school, man.
It's crazy that people can just drop out of school. You know when you watch like movies of like
It's like I was a 12-year-old
Americans-
dropout.
Yeah, and Americans just be like, yeah, I stopped going to school because I don't want to go. And then mom's cool with it.
Yeah, like what kind of I would be through. First of all, I would be in military school.
Yeah.
With wallpaper dust on me
Yeah.
because my dad would have thrown me through a wall first before sending me to military
Absolutely.
school.
That's what we call a Gentile joke. A Gentile joke would be a child goes to his father and says, I don't want to go to high school anymore. And the father goes, okay. That's a Gentile joke, you know?
Because the joke is that it's not okay.
Yeah, the famous Gentile joke that we were all taught when we were younger is one Gentile is talking to another Gentile, and he goes, hey, I heard you opened a business. How is business? How's it going? And the guy goes, well, thanks.
Oh yeah, because he would never.
Yeah.
He would never say just well. He'd say well.
That's a
first of-
Gentile
yeah,
joke.
okay,
That's how Gentiles live.
you guys the original anti-humor.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
You guys
pretty
really
sure-
have the monopoly on all humor, eh?
I think Jerry told that to Norm Macdonald on one
Yeah,
of his shows.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
On the Comedians in Cars. Yeah,
I heard that when I was so young. It's funny that like there's just those ones. That
every
go
Jew
around.
knows the same 3 jokes.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. What are you gonna do? I think we're having a good time, and I think we're about the end, right?
I think we could say it's at the end now.
Why do you think we should? You have one more story? To tell?
No, I have nothing else. I mean, you had the thing we talked about. We never really talked about it. The whole like waiter.
Oh, you wanted to tell the story when you went horseback riding and it broke your hymen, right?
Okay, like, subscribe. I don't have a hymen anymore after the horse fucked it up. I used to have. It's just like a shredded piece of skin.
That
is it?
black steed that took Jason's virginity.
How would I have? I guess you could still shit with a ass hymen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no. I don't know.
We don't know because it doesn't exist because you're a fucking idiot for yeah.
Where do they pee out of? I'm joking.
Hey, ladies, if you want to tell us how you piss,
Yeah, we still don't
right
get
into
it.
the show.
Yeah, I still don't get it. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember like one time recently, she was like, my girl was going to the bathroom, and I was like, don't you have to take your thing out? And she's like, what? No. How do you think this works? I'm like, I don't know.
I remember. Oh, we were talking about. I never talked about it. I guess. Oh no, it wasn't on our podcast. It was on Art Loft. We were talking about watching porn with like other guys, like growing up and shit.
Yeah. Classic.
I
Boys
remember,
being boys,
yeah,
baby.
boys being boys, baby. I remember, like, I don't think I did it very much, but there's one that I remember because he's the entire hockey team when we were 15. In a whole, because when you got tournaments in other cities, you got the hotel room and you got the porn on the hotel thing, and you always picked like the bitch of the team to be like, we're gonna order it from your room, and you're gonna have to explain it to your dad that it was an accident, and that's what's gonna happen.
Do you want friends?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we watched it like as a team,
Yeah.
and this was when like it was 90s porn, I guess, on pay-per-view. It was like the early 2000s.
Lots of hair, lots of good times.
It wasn't. No, this was like pure bald eagle.
Oh.
But this one lady had, I guess like you know, like Italians have like darker nipples and like darker pubic hair or darker pubic, you know, like just a maroon dick on a white body.
Yeah, baby.
You know.
Yeah.
So this girl had like a darker labia on a white girl, and one of the guys was like, "That's because she's fucked too much."
Yeah, I love.
That's
people
what.
Like
That's what happens when you fuck too much. You get a black pussy. You get a kebab looking pussy.
It gets a shade darker every time you have sex.
I was like, I believed it for like a couple of years after that.
It's like a tree. You can tell by the rings around the vagina how many people you have sex with.
I like that. That's so stupid. So the guy who came up with that and him and his best buddy were like the two guys who had fucked a lot by then. You know.
Yeah.
They started at like 12 somehow. And the other guy in the duo was like, yeah, and there's only one hole to piss out of. So when it comes out, it just comes out like a helicopter putting out a wildfire.
It's like a dump.
Just, so yeah, they imported that wisdom on us, and I was like, I think I was the first guy to leave the room because like this is fucking weird, you know. So as an excuse, I was like, I'm gonna go get my jacket. It's cold in here. And as soon as I left the room, apparently the next day, one of them was like, so yeah, you went to get your jacket, huh? As though I went to go jack off.
Oh, right. I see. You were the one guy who they thought left to rub
go
it
jack
out.
it.
Oh, that's funny.
Jack it off.
Like, you went to go get your jacket?
Yeah, what a choice of words, Jason, you fucking 14-year-old idiot.
Can't believe you didn't jerk it in the room with the rest of us, you weirdo. Can't believe you weirdo.
That's the thing, is that like you're weird if you have a boner. You're weird if you don't have a boner. There's no winning in that scenario.
I actually, I remember when I was in my restaurant days, there was a few guys at this other restaurant that was near ours that we used to hang out sometimes after a shift because they closed the restaurant and we just drink.
Yeah.
And they loved watching porn and just like joking and kind of watching it, but not just to make fun of it. Just they'd watch it together and comment on it. And I'm just too, I guess, sexual in my head that it puts me in a weird space.
Yeah, you don't want to be with people.
Yeah, I'm just super uncomfortable.
It's the same idea as a strip club, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I went only once to a strip club. It was with after high school. The American friends are 18 now. They come to Montreal because they're all New England guys, right? Yeah. So they're all an hour away, 5 hours away, whatever it is. So you can drive up, go to a strip club, and also here you can touch the ladies, you know.
Big deal. They used to be able. I'm sure no contact now.
Yeah, no contact now with COVID precautions, but sorry, you're getting a phone call.
My bubby's calling me.
Oh. I'll call her back soon. We're going to end this soon. But I remember they were all in couples, so they paid for me to get a lap dance.
Yeah, okay.
And but then you're just a guy with a boner going back. I didn't, because in Montreal at this time, we were a couple groups, and we went to different strip clubs for some reason. Yeah. Groups of American guys who came up. And the other group, one of the guys got a blowjob from a stripper. Downtown. Eh?
He said he did.
Oh, he said he did, but
maybe he did.
I think because I kind of she kind of offhandedly but I'm okay. 18 and I'm not gonna fucking do this.
Right.
So you just go back to the table $60 later with a boner, and then you're like, okay, can we go now?
Right. Jason's like, I am not yet wed. Premarital? Oh, you disgust me.
You vile. Yeah.
You
know me.
Sinful woman.
You woman of the night, you woman of sin, get out of my way.
Be downed with you.
Pull that curtain away and let me look at the bouncer awkwardly as I escape this wretched box.
I remember going young, and then someone would go into a room for you go to the strip club because we used to get in at 15, 16 in Montreal. We got in so young, it was crazy.
That's pedophilia.
We were literally 15, 16-year-olds touching these women wet breasts. It was nuts. And I remember a friend would go in, and then 3 dances in, you're like, he has $40 on him, so this is not going to go well. Yeah. Then the end of the night shows up, the music stops playing. He finally comes out of the booth looking at you guys I'm fucked.
Yeah, I got no money.
All your money to put together, please.
Yeah.
You know? And we're like, oh my God. Once we actually just had to let him get beat up, and then
oh yeah,
yeah, he got beat up. They were they were looking at him. He had no idea what to do. So they're like, we're gonna you have to come back tomorrow with the money. Yeah. And he's like, okay. And he's like, no, but you have to come back tomorrow with the money. And he goes, okay. And they took his driver's license, and then the guy just punched him in the face really hard.
Oh God.
And it didn't knock him out. I think he was just like, ugh.
Oh.
And then he's like, you're gonna come back tomorrow. He's like, yeah. This made no difference.
I would have come back. Dude.
I was coming back.
I have
anyway.
Jewish guilt about this. I can't have a debt on my name. They'll know.
Yeah, exactly.
The rabbi at the end of every synagogue sermon is just and here are the debts of the week.
Yeah, he's like, Yom Kippur's coming up. I will definitely tell you. All right. Yeah, well, that's fun, man. Okay, so
I think that's the end.
yeah, I just need you all to vote 5 stars. Okay?
Yeah, please get rid of this 4.2 we got going on. We had a good thing going with our full 5 stars. But I guess 4.2 makes it look more legit, right? Because we actually have more than just 5 stars.
Yeah, sure, but 1 is a little bit low. I like them to be somewhere in the middle if another one comes in, And also watch YouTube's going down, but we're still posting.
Audio's going up, YouTube's going down. So
Yeah.
go watch it on. Put it on YouTube. You don't have to actually watch us.
Share with a friend. Get one friend to listen, and we'll love you even more. We appreciate all of you.
If you share it with a friend, you'll get a discount code for the next podcast.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I will bless your next child. Okay.
Yeah. And if you share it with 2 friends, we'll make sure that Oren doesn't bless your next child.
I won't come near your children. Guaranteed. I think that's a fair deal. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you
for
so much.
listening.
I love you, Jason.
I love you too. Thank you, short blesses.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, lovers. We'll discuss this later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Friendship.